So you should be able to see some stuff here. Now I'm going to try and get up the spreadsheets for pairings and try and discuss what they're aiming for here. I've only got Canberra, unfortunately, at the moment, but let me just get it up right now. So I'll try and just walk you guys through what we're seeing on the stream here. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got a very early selection with Michael here. So I'll get you into the next one. Okay, so we've got a Republic against Scum pairing. We have a Resistance against Imperial pairing here. So it's going to be interesting. I think depending on the type of Resistance squad, Imperials generally have a rough time against them because there's just so much attrition. If it is like an A-Wing squad or the Imperials have more of like a beef, then it could be a pretty like even match or what they call an orange match, so it could get either way. Republic kind of towel up a lot of the things that Scum have to offer, unfortunately. So that could be like a red matchup for them. I'm just not entirely sure what team it belongs to. It looks like it's a long name for the Scum. Let me just figure it out in a second. So we're going to reveal. We've put up a Imperial squad from the North Australians, which is... Imperial squad is, from the North Australians, is Darth Vader Suntir Duchess. So in terms of that, I'll actually be able to get up the spreadsheet here for you now. Where is it? I've lost it. There we go.
That is table audio.
Oh, that's table audio? Beautiful. Cheers. Thank you. All right, so I can hear them talking now. Now, in terms of the Imperial squad, so what do they say? I needed to do a bit more homework before I can walk you guys through this one appropriately. So I'm just going to keep commentating on the main games. So they're going to have the choice between Scum and Resistance against Imperial. Yeah, so they took the pretty easy matchup, I think. But they do have to be careful. So it looks like North Australia still has a Rebel in hand, which will probably match up against their Resistance, I believe. Yeah, so Rebel against Resistance, Cis on Cis. We don't want that on stream. We don't want Cis on stream. Okay, so let me go and choose a stream game, and then we'll get the timer started, and round 2 will start. 1 second. So we're going to update that overlay for you. We've seen an early castle break from this Republic player, and we've got a pretty spaced out first order deployment as well. So I'm just going to go and get Kat, and then we're going to bring her in, all right?
Are you ready for me to have control over the drawing?
Yeah.
Tempted to start doodling on it already, but I don't know how to remove it once I've drawn it on.
Okay.
Isaac's going to come back and show us.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'm gonna. So we'll get the 3 of us in for a bit when Kat gets up here somehow.
I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Take a seat.
Hello.
Introduce yourself. Just take a seat. So the camera is on the.
They're not watching us at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're just watching the stream. They can only hear us.
So as soon as the overlay's updated, we can break down some squads.
Yep.
And basically the rest of the round is spent trying to update this because we have to manually pair the processes. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Cool. Have you got it all?
I've got all the
Beautiful. So we'll just jump on the iPad and start doing it up. One of us is going to have to stay on the floor for judge calls.
Yep.
Tim's here now as well, so that's fine. And yeah.
Are you good?
So how do we do
Hey.
this?
You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. So, Kat, you've played First Order before.
I have.
What
Very
do you
new
usually-
to competitive, but yes.
Okay, cool. Well, break us down your experience in X-Wing and your experience with First Order as well, and then we can start using that information to talk about this game.
Sure. So I generally fly for SFs. It's my 5th mod of the list. It's contestable whether that's a good list or not, but I like it. I've tried Blackout before, but I've definitely heard Kylo's a good guy to be having in first order
Legit.
lists. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to experimenting with something like that. As I say, I kind of started X-Wing in the first rounds in Defender lists, and then moved over to First Order because defenders were not available in hyperspace. So really loving playing with them, mostly just SS. So it's nice to see quick draw in there. And I've seen a few lists out there today, 3 or 4 SFs, quick draw.
So in your entirely unbiased opinion, who do you have in this game?
So who do I have?
Who do you
Who's
think is
gonna
going to
win?
take this game?
It's hard to say. Looks like we've got some slippery ships over there. Yeah, okay. Do you know much about these guys?
Once we get the overlay back up, it'll be easier for you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so we're just updating it now.
Yep. Oh yeah, tough call this time.
OC, Australian Capital Territory, Canberra. Beautiful.
So I think it really depends on moves as well.
It was First Order, yes. Aaron Warren, yep, correct. Beautiful.
How do I remove the lines that I draw on the screen? Just hit delete?
There's a clear button at the bottom right hand corner.
Easy. Easy. I'm 100% responsible and not going to do anything untowards on the stream.
No smiley faces on the wall? Got it. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Jesus, I can't even do it. There we go.
Yep.
Nice. Very nice.
Beautiful.
I've lost the chat though. Isaac's run off with the computer with the chat on it.
Gosh, they're moving fast, aren't they?
Okay, great.
I know, it looks like it's in fast forward, right?
It
But
does
we're watching
look
it
like
live.
it's in fast forward. Are
Are
you
we?
serious? Yeah, they're moving
Yeah.
really fast.
Oh, okay, but
They're just steaming
They're
through.
just
and
steaming
it looks
through.
like the game's in fast forward.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So the overlay should be live
Playing fast.
any second.
In X-Wing.
Get into it.
Is that my Twitch chat?
Hi from England. Wow.
The motherland.
Hello, England.
Hello!
And hello, Casey. Casey Millwood in the chat.
Where are we up to?
Okay. So the overlay should be up any second.
Fantastic.
And everything I do on here is recorded for posterity?
Oh, really?
I'm asking.
Oh, okay. I think it probably will turn up, yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So the interesting thing to note about this Republic squad is that we actually have 2 calibrated laser targeting Jedi, so we don't have the Delta 7B. So they're only going to be hitting for 2, which is actually probably a relatively good thing. Do we know who has initiative here, by any chance, guys?
No.
Entirely sure. 58 plus 64 plus 76. Who's good at maths? That is 198 points on Aaron Warren, and one's got. I'll just quickly get out my calculator. How about this?
Well, you know,
Well, there you
he's
go,
moved
yeah,
to
so-
5 before
yep.
Kylo's moved.
So that means Carlo will have a significant advantage here. So, Kat, you were talking about that before. It's going to
Yeah.
depend on basically who's got initiative.
Yeah.
We've also got some really high initiative pilots on the First Order side. So we've got 2 6s and a 5. Now,
Hey, Mark.
the beautiful thing about this First Order squad is that if you damage it, it's kind of gonna
Just,
be able to. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, leave the ones on the table until they
Oh, no.
until they spend them. Just dump yours
I
on
know
the.
what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay, so the beautiful thing about this First Order squad is that any time or any target that you go for generally has like a negative effect correlated to it. Quick Draw is a really, really good like low agility ship chewer. So if Quick Draw kind of gets involved with these arcs here, we could have a really kind of quick elimination of them, especially combined with all the high initiative firepower we have. So Kat, when you usually play Quick Draw, like what are you aiming for in her? What are you aiming for that trade?
Well, as I say, my list is a little different to this one because I've got backdraft as well.
Okay.
And he's lower pilot skill, so these are much higher pilot skills. But I can see they've got special forces on quick draw as well.
Yep.
So probably trying to, well, it's a risky one because if you put quick draw in too early, he's only really, if he's taking a lot of fire, 3 shields actually doesn't last as long.
Yes.
And he can only do his primary shields back or the special gunner. So you've got to be careful about when you put him in the line of fire. Because if his shields go, then he kind of drops back pretty quickly to an all SF.
Yeah.
So I'd be hesitant to, and I think that's maybe why they've brought him around the far side first, because quick draw is like kind of a high target priority.
Absolutely.
And people are going to go for him, and then maybe they can come in because Kylo can move really fast. And after to try and do that, so quick draw's going to have to come in, take a few shots, maybe
Nothing
front
like
and
cool
back
special
if he's
forces
trying to get
ones.
out, and then when he's hopefully keep his shields up for that first round of engagement, because that's usually my goal. Make sure I've still got 3 shields when I've entered the first round of fire.
Yeah. So I guess the golden thing for quick draw is to like lose a shield per round, just one. Yeah,
exactly. Because
So-
you don't want to have too much.
Yeah, so when you get into the scrum of things, you want to start getting involved pretty hardcore.
Exactly.
So Kylo has a significant advantage here, though. So I think in terms of target priority, these arcs just need to go, because as soon as the arcs go, you've kind of got free reign with Kylo to eliminate these other Initiative 5 Jedi. And I mean, you know, we've all seen Unfaithful Green Dice, but with all of the mods that Kylo has and the double reposition, he'll really be able to get out of trouble.
Yeah.
But we really need to see that these arcs get eliminated as quickly as possible. So I think just in terms of, we'll try this technology out.
Over here.
Oh, over there. So quick draw, I think, is the one in the middle with the
Right.
checkers on it. So do you want to circle it? Oh, yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Nice.
That's the most beautiful
That's
circle
awesome.
I've ever seen in my
Thanks,
life.
bro. I don't have a real mouse pad.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's a
that's
bit-
cool. Yeah, no, I mean, excuses are excuses. With Midnight, what do you think about that placement? Have you ever used Midnight before, Kat?
I haven't actually.
Okay.
So my list is just 2 generic Omegas and backdraft and quick draw.
Yeah, so the 4 SFs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. So Midnight is an interesting choice, especially, I guess, in a team format. Like, she opens up a lot of options in terms of you want to be able to pair her against, you know, high initiative pilots such as Anakin or high initiative pilots such as like Han Solo, so just completely shutting down the mods. In a matchup like this, though, it is hard because there are 4 relatively heavy-hitting targets. So she's really got to play that like ultimate flanking game and be a little bit more careful. Mark, have you played Republic before?
No,
No?
not yet.
Jason, have you played a squad like this?
I've not had a lot of experience with the
Might have
arcs.
to talk up a little bit.
Not had a lot of experience with the arcs, but I was running double Jedi, double Torrent for quite a while.
Yep.
And Anakin there is just such a beast. But that's obviously a 7B Anakin. It'll be interesting to see how the calibrated laser targeting goes, especially on a double Jedi list.
I was going to say, we just seen someone here from Japan.
Raven Cat.
Konnichiwa. Sorry, Japanese teacher outside of X-Wing. And yeah, how the Aussies play fast and aggressive. Yes, indeed.
Very much so.
Magic Bolt and downtown Winston Hills. Fantastic. I was going to say, me personally, I think this list has a bit of advantage. I mean, I've played like the Jedis and Fast Ace lists before, but this list with the high pilot skills definitely got an advantage to be able to keep up with that. Because as I say, when I run my list, I'm running 2 pilot skill 3s against high pilot skills. They're nearly at their first engagement here, I think, aren't they? Nearly.
Assuming they don't just bail out straight away.
I know, right?
That was
You gotta
last
watch
round.
out for those rocks.
I don't know why it's
What if the Republic got on their shields?
probably because I've still got it up here.
Is it? Can I minimise that? What's that one? This one. So it's
Can
gotta be
refresh that,
three.
please?
Refresh mine or yours?
Just
Someone
refresh
else
the
can press
browser,
the
yeah.
button.
Is that 5? I can't see from here.
Yeah.
That looks like 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add it again.
Sorry?
I'm gonna have to add it in again. I'm gonna put it up because as soon as I hide it, it's fucking
So,
disappearing.
That's the list from the last game.
okay.
I'll take it away.
So let's have a bit of a chat while the overlay's been redone. So the rounds in terms of the team ladder, we had a really good. Where is it? We had a really good round for 3 teams. So we had a good round for New Zealand, a good round for New South Wales, and a good round for Western Australia. So all 3 of those teams ended up getting 4 points. So they went 4 and 2 in the round essentially. So the interesting thing about this event is that every match, every game that a team will play counts towards the overall score. So a maximum of 6 points per game, per match, per round, and a minimum of 0, right? So we don't have like a 4-2, you get 1 point for winning the round. You literally count every single game. So so that's really interesting.
Who were those? So New Zealand played against North Queensland.
Yep.
New South Wales played against the Bad Motivators.
Yep.
And Western Australia played against
Victoria. Yeah, so Victoria is actually like a favourite each year. So losing the first round is quite a disappointment. I believe Victoria is up against. Let me just stick my head out.
So I think another significant result there was Queensland versus Singapore, which are both strong favourites to win, and they went 3-3.
Well, that just shows exactly how evenly matched they were. Of course, Justin Fua, world champion from last year, is on the Singapore team.
And Shen Yong from our System Open
And
last
our
weekend.
current System Open champion.
So Queensland, we're not unhappy with a 3-3 against that team. Like,
Can we get Jason talking a little bit?
Jason, can you chime in for a second?
Yep.
Keep going.
So it'll be interesting to see exactly how Kylo approaches this, whether he's going to try and turn in, which I wouldn't suggest.
He won't.
Or whether he's going to... Well, he might turn in with the hard one and then roll out to take the long way around behind that top rock. Or whether he just does the 5 straight and says, yeah, no, maybe later.
So as a quick draw player yourself, Kat, would you have come in with quick draw here and just taken the brunt and tried to trade?
As I say, honestly, tough call for me because this is a high pilot skill list and mine's a bit lower. So
Yep.
I would bring in my 3s a bit
As
earlier.
well, yep.
And I don't have that in this game in front of me. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm hoping that quick draw can, I guess he's trying to get side arc on them. Because
Yeah.
if you're going front arc and taking all that damage, you're going to lose more than 1 shield around.
Yep.
Playing a fair bit of quick draw in first ed, I would have been tempted to turn in here.
Yeah.
Turn in with something fast.
Yeah.
Because, at best, you're going to be trading with just that front arc.
Yeah.
At worst, you're going to be out of range, and then you've got a bug out point
Yeah.
in between those 2 rocks.
Yep. Yeah.
And here you're going to lose your arc. You're going to be out of the round for a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, your first order squad, Cat, would have had a pretty good advantage against this one.
It is because, well, yes and no, because it's hard. When my 3s go in, they take the fire, so my quick draw and backdraft are protected a little bit. Plus, they can kind of direct, if I want to keep them together, which I do, they can kind of direct where the fire's going to be.
Yeah.
And then when I lose a couple, it's okay, but if they're still around, actually, when you do the 3 sloops and the 3s come back in, the pilot skills kind of mess up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
mine is a bit hard to navigate the pilot skill. So having just the 1 and the extra mods maybe, but I find the extra shields is just really good. Having 3 hull, 3 shields on all 4 ships, shooting front and back, being able to block, being able to get quick draw in, get him out. Yeah, that works for me in my list.
Paramount, yeah, absolutely. So we did see the one
there's
hard
Kylo's
turn
one.
out there. So that's
Yeah.
actually a really good move.
Yeah.
So if he stays there with just a focus or a lock, I think that's probably the best you can hope
Yeah.
for, because you can flee around that rock in the top left-hand corner and get behind these ships.
Yeah.
Whereas you can't really turn in this one to punish Kylo. You'll only get a back arc shot.
Yeah.
And this guy you can pursue, but you're really going to be out of range. How do I get
I
rid
mean,
of
there
that
would have
stuff?
been some temptation there to roll Kylo out to give him a faster turn around that rock to get him
Yeah.
behind them that little bit quicker. But yeah, you're certainly not wrong that is a pretty good spot for Kylo to be.
Yeah. So this is actually a really interesting move from Aaron and his quick draw. This is one of the fattest quick draws I've ever seen. So afterburners, fire control, it's real slippery.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to boost out of arc of probably all the ships here. And
Yeah.
then again, a really good move into the center of this board. The middle the middle arc won't be able to pursue quick draw because that big rock in the
Oh,
middle
the big
there
rock,
is
yeah.
exactly is blocking. And even that one with all the tokens on top of it right now, all the little trooper tokens. If you want to give them a circle, that one here. So that's, I mean, that could too hard around. I think that's
Look,
got
it's a little
Palpatine.
heart.
A little heart. It's got a, it won't be able to, it'll be able to two hard in
Yeah.
and then barrel roll, but it'll lose the really kind of clutch ability of Palpatine there.
Yeah.
But this is a really, really good positional game played by the First Order player here.
Yeah, I was going to say, and he's got the option of the one hards, which I often don't because they involve stress.
Yeah.
But he does have that option there because he'll be potentially out of arc.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, not Kylo. Quick Draw is in a really good position to turn in this turn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll probably be only trading shots with like maybe one of the arcs and then the plinky shots from the Jedi. So if you take like a focus result here, it won't be too bad.
And so then I wonder if he'd sloop though, because to turn in now, they're going to be out of that spot next turn.
A sloop is actually a pretty good
Yeah.
shot too. Yeah, absolutely. So hit crit on Kylo
options.
here from I believe that's Obi-Wan. Likely not going to do any damage. He's got 5 dice results. There you go, safe.
Slippery.
Yeah. So
So
you
I call
guys.
them all slippery when
Yeah.
they look like that.
So you guys commentate on this one. I'm just going to take some photos down on
Yep.
the floor and we'll get into it.
That was
Sounds
some high quality bait from Quick Draw there. To lure them straight down the middle and then just bail out past all the arcs. I think it's all the arcs, whereas this one here could be in, but I don't think so.
I don't think. But
It's just
Parallax, even if he does, it's going to be an obstructed shot.
Down, mate, down.
Yeah, as Tom was saying, he's heavily loaded to be able to get out of those
Yeah.
sort of tricky spots. And honestly, the rock
that panicked?
positioning's pretty good too.
Spinning the target lock.
Hit crit. Where's that one with the chip? I minimised it before. Where's that one?
So that'll be one of the.
This one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yep.
Oops. No.
So, hang on. So, one shield down on the 104th with Palpatine.
Where are we at? So interesting to see where the moves take them next turn.
What have you got? So, Jason, you think the Kylo player is going to bug out this way?
I think he will, which is why I would have done the roll last turn because that lets him do the bank the other way.
The 3 bank
Yeah.
hard up here.
Yeah.
Better
But now
position.
he's actually going to have to turn out and be out of the fight for that one extra turn. I'd go hard and fast around that back corner rock with Midnight, that top right hand rock, and quick draw. I'd turn in and hope to exchange shots or get a shot on one of the arcs.
Yep.
But there's
See.
plenty of room in that top right hand corner to turn out and run away and dance around rocks, especially now that he's dragged both those arcs in there.
This is one quick draw.
I believe that's quick draw and that's midnight.
Is it?
I've mixed them up. That looks like quick draw in the middle there.
Oh yeah,
I don't
because that's
know.
got the arc. So I've got them back to
No,
front.
I don't know. I'm like, which one was the green?
Yeah, because the one with the checkers got the
Got the arc
arc
indicator.
marker, the arrow.
That's quick draw right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
So he's
I do
gonna.
a
You reckon he'll
tight
turn in
turn.
hard? Yeah.
yeah.
maybe.
And he can clear stress with the one straight, but
Yeah. The other
Yeah.
option would be the 2 or the 3 bank to run around behind, and then just shoot out.
He'd have to
shoot out the
barrel
backside?
roll away from the rock, maybe.
No,
Oh, no, 2 bank could make
that'll
it.
2 bank will clear
Yeah.
that rock easy,
Yeah,
and do the 3 turn in with Midnight.
yeah.
Was that mine? I'll just shut that up. So,
Yeah, that's quick draw.
How have they done on that
Yeah,
exchange?
in the
then?
middle. Yeah. Quick draw in the middle.
Did we lose anything else?
You can listen to the table with that. as
thank
well.
you.
That might help. I
That
don't know
will
how
probably
clear it
help.
is. It's a
That's
bit-
all right. So did we get all the bits?
I believe so.
Yeah, cool.
It's not easy to hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really quiet.
They're not saying it much.
Yeah.
I told them to try and speak loudly when they're running through things.
When
They're
they
probably
think-
quiet while
they
they're
think
doing the
alouds.
dials. Yeah. I think I've kind of, yeah.
Which Jedi is the one in the red ship? Is that Plo? Or Obi?
Where are we?
Because without those arcs going quite fast somewhere, he's really got no good options.
I'm trying to see which one it is. It's really hard to see actually, isn't it?
Especially with them both being a 5, you can't look at the base.
No.
I think taking him down the middle may have been a mistake. It was perfect bait and switch from Aaron
Oh,
to
definitely.
draw him in,
Definitely.
and
really
he's going to
good
pay
play.
the penalty for that. Is he going to call? Is he going to call the turn out by Kylo and follow it up here, and hopefully pull this one down without consequence?
See, I mean, the problem with pulling that one down there is the back arc. Anything he wants to do with the back arc is going to get in the way unless he moves it first, bumps it, and leaves it put.
Or if he pulls it,
Or if he goes quite
gets
quickly
out of the
with
way
it.
and pulls this one this way.
I think that's what he's going to need to do. So that red and white one is apparently Poe.
The yellow one.
The yellow one is Plo. So that's Obi.
Can you show me which one the buttons are on here? This is one.
Yep.
And then
So that's the arc.
two of
And
them.
that's the... No, it's two of them. Yep. So the bottom one, they're the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then the medium ships.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is the big turn, the turnaround.
Yeah.
So
Interesting to see what's happening
So as
there.
we said, they needed to go fast to get out of the way for Obi-Wan.
To move Obi-Wan and leave this space open. Do you reckon he's coming straight in between these two rocks?
I think Obi-Wan needs to, and the question is, does he do it with both Jedi, or does Plo try and play with Kylo? And there's the answer. I think he's going to look at trying to burn down Midnight while he's burn down Quick Draw while he's got all 4 ships on the board.
Trying
just-
to cover the escape so he can't do another bait.
Yeah.
So just real quick, so Isaac's going to fix up the time here. We just have over 45 minutes, so I believe we have 46 minutes left in the round. So we're just going to get that sorted now. Now, it's a really good move from the Republic squad. Just basically a bait and switch. He knew that he couldn't turn in on quick draw here, so the best next move was to,
Please.
46 minutes, yeah, 46 minutes left.
Turn in with 1 in case Quick Draw comes in, and then cover the outside with Plo in case Quick Draw burns out the outside.
Yeah, exactly. This does put Midnight in a really good position, though, for the subsequent turns, because if she does like a real quick move in now, she'll be able to use afterburners and maybe lock that most southern arc here. And Quick Draw, and Kylo, I hope, has just played it safe and kind of fled around that rock.
I have no idea how to do that.
Could the
Could colour the TTT overlay ships to match the actual ships for clarity.
yeah.
Means like colouring in midnight green or something.
That sounds great. How do we do it?
No idea. And the two arcs are the almost identical ones. We identify them with
Yeah.
the Palpatine token.
Yeah, so maybe what I'll do is I'll get the Force token placed next to the arc with Palpatine on it.
Oh, that's what he's using.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's
That's
using
the
this
Palpatine.
little
I
Lego
thought that was
Palpatine.
I thought that was a lock actually from one of the
It is,
First Order
and
squads.
he placed it on something already.
I'll make sure. I'll just double check.
Thank you. Who put the lock?
I don't know, but there's one here
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh, is that Quick Draw's lock? Maybe? No. Oh, I can't see. What else do we have? Yeah, limited positioning due to the rocks. Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
So,
They've definitely got better arcs this round. Side on to.
So yeah, Kylo just played it safe.
Yep.
Interesting decision to barrel roll. I'm assuming he hasn't barrel rolled him into that rear arc.
no, I'm pretty sure he's
As I
clear.
said, like it was.
Look at
kinda
my
gonna-
perfectly straight line. Oh, it doesn't line up. Oh no.
No, it's see how it's got a bit of the top
Yeah,
window? I couldn't
it's
really get
fine.
any about it. Yeah.
It's fine. They know what I'm trying to do.
Feels like it's going to be a few rounds before Kylo can get. Arc.
Yeah, Kylo.
As you said,
I
yeah.
would have boosted with Kylo
Yeah.
there, attempting to chase down and hunt Plo. Now that
Yeah.
Plo's. Because
Exposed.
if he's got Quick Draw in front of him and Kylo behind him,
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what they're doing here, but this target lock that's sitting on that rock there belongs to one of Rory's ships, but I don't know what it's supposed to be
I think
on.
it was an arc from the first turn, just trying to get a gauge of range. So he's declared the target lock so he could put the ruler down. Nothing was in range, so he's target locked the rock.
Yeah, similar comment in the chat there saying great move by the rep player to 4K. Kylo a bit too safe, needs to boost in. So it's interesting how Kylo's going to get back into the round.
I think Quick Draw is going to weather this, though. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Did he just re-roll that twice?
It looked like it was cocked.
What have we got there? Safe.
So that's evading all damage.
Yep.
You guys can use that to do your Hotline Shields. The thing behind the chat.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay, so just thought I'd mention some of the matches that are going on at the moment. Two favourites to win are playing each other at the moment right now with Singapore and New Zealand. So I was just talking to the Singaporean coach at the moment who thinks that we're actually looking at a relatively balanced another 3-3 round for them essentially.
Oh,
That's
Nice
going to
ones.
hurt having 2-3-3 rounds to kick off their campaign.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully it doesn't hurt morale too much. But they paired basically XY, who's our most recent System Open champion, up against Nathan Wilcock with the TIE Swarm. So it's essentially Cis Swarm against Vulture Swarm. So whoever comes out on that, it'll be really interesting. I think it's a red matchup for the Cis, just due to the pilot skill.
Yeah, so that'd be a Howl Runner Swarm, or is it a First Order Swarm?
It's a Howl Runner Swarm.
Yeah, so just that consistency of dice would hurt the Cis.
Yeah, absolutely. So we also, speaking of the First Order Swarm, we've got First Order up against Republic. So they've got a triple Republic Aces squad in a similar vein to the Gen Con winner. So that'll be hard, I think, for the Gen Con winner as well. It's possible. So another really good move for Kylo here. I know he's not really involved in the action too much, but it's going to be really possible for Kylo to do another one hard barrel roll and boost to put pressure on the Palpatine arc again. Have we got any damage done on either
Nope.
side? No?
No,
Okay.
Not a
it's
single
one.
one.
In the first
No,
round. Yeah.
we did have,
Oh, we had one in the first
One in the first
turn
round.
of shooting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We lost a
but
shield off one
this
of
turn, Quick Draw and Obi-Wan have both thrown pillows at each other.
Okay.
I mean, I said he was going to weather this pretty well. I didn't realise that nothing was going to
Honestly,
take damage
the
at all.
two natural evades on the first roll, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Midnight's in a really good position here, though,
Yeah.
next turn, to either put pressure on the arcs, which I think is a better target priority choice, or put pressure on Obi-Wan and kind of keep him out of the fight. I think Obi-Wan's probably searching for either like a long 5k next turn or a sloop, or even a 3-bank to block
yellow one?
Midnight. No,
The front one,
Obi-Wan,
yeah,
in the
gotcha.
middle. Yeah.
Obi-Wan's in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so either a
And-
block on Midnight is a pretty good idea, or like a long 5k to try and maintain fight. Yeah.
I got a feeling Midnight's going to hedge his bets, and he's not getting blocked. That's for sure. And Obi either turns to face Midnight or tries to turn around for quick draw. But quick draw's Quick draw's got to worry about those two arcs coming back this way,
100%.
and that is not something you want to worry about. So he may be bugging out straight 5.
Yeah, so
Because
that's,
as we said earlier, Quick Draw wants to get at least 2, preferably 3 uses out of
Yeah.
that ability.
Yeah.
Losing all 3 shields in that one hit is the worst.
it's a bad feeling as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you get blocked and you don't have a shot.
Yeah.
So you've effectively wasted her ability. But I think the 5 forward focus rotate here is probably not a bad idea off of quick draw. But you really want to start putting damage into these arcs as quickly as possible. So I think fast moves from Midnight, a turnaround from Kylo, and either like a turn in or a bug out with quick draw to just try and damage that Palpatine arc as much as possible. Because that's, I mean, I don't think this game is going to go to like a solid victory. I think it's going to go to time. Some really clever moves from the Republic and the First Order player actually though. So it's going to be really interesting to see the result of this one. Chat, do you have any questions about the event? Because I can go and check for you at any time. We do have a break after this so I can answer even more questions. They want us to colour Plo Koon yellow in the TTT overlay.
If I could do that, I would. Speaking of Plo,
Yep.
I've got a feeling that Rory's going to assume quick draw's bugging out, and Rory's going to come in. That was a terrible line there. He's going to come in that way, and Plo's going to, and they're going to try and take advantage of Midnight.
So Die Hard Lurch, how's North Australia going? Well, Rory...
That's New South Wales.
No, the one above that, Die Hard Lunch.
Oh,
Yeah, so how is North Australia going? They're going pretty well. So this is a North Australian match. I think that Rory is at a disadvantage just purely on like a squad building stage matchup. I'll go and find out the rest of them for you. Actually, you've got them here, don't you?
I've got them all here.
I'll just find out the results.
So I don't have the names of the players handy at the moment, but I can tell you the ACT versus North Australia matchups. First Order matched up against Republic, which is the game we're watching. We had a CIS mirror. We have the ACT Imperial player versus the North Australian Republic. Resistance versus Rebel. Republic versus Scum, and Scum versus Imperial. So they are the ACT versus North Australia matchups. New South Wales are playing
Hooray!
WA for the person that asked that.
sorry, Jason.
No.
You carry on.
So New South Wales versus WA. We have Grant O'Dwyer versus Cameron Haynes with First Order versus Imperial. We have Morgan Reed versus Isaac Walcombe, which is Republic versus Scum. James Hartney versus Vladimir Piskatek, which is Scum versus Republic. We have Akhtar Khan versus Aaron Walcombe, which is Rebel versus First Order. And yeah, so a few very interesting matchups there. Oh, sorry, and Travis Foss versus Samantha Day-Davies. So that's the New South Wales WA matchups as well.
He did go for the block.
Yep. He did.
No?
Oh,
Maybe?
not quite.
What's he planning here?
He's gone a long way fast. Aussies, we go fast, right?
Yeah, but
That's
he,
what it
I
was.
feel like he should also be expecting Midnight to go pretty fast. How
I
faster
know,
than
like,
that?
would he be... That has Midnight moved? No.
No.
No, it hasn't moved.
Yeah, I think a 3 forward here from Midnight should be expected, or a 3, like any of the
At
3
least a
maneuvers,
3.
Yeah.
just to trigger afterburners. I think that might have been like maybe the barrel roll was too aggressive off Rory's standpoint. Where he was before was very good.
Maybe a bit ambitious to go so far.
Yeah, so yeah, I do agree. I think without the barrel roll, he would have been in a really good position to block most of Midnight's moves. And if Midnight kind of turns in toward the center of the board here, it doesn't really bother Rory either because he can't get that damaged at such a range.
Whereas if Midnight's done the 3 bank to the right to keep skirting around the outside, he's now going nose to nose with
Cloak
the
Moon.
Jedi and has the opportunity to barrel roll out so that he's not getting the CLT.
Yeah. Interesting move from Kylo there. I actually probably would have been a little bit more aggressive knowing that there wasn't that much that the Republic player could have done to capitalise.
I think we've seen that from Aaron right since the start of the game, though. He has been very cautious and cagey with Kylo, even at times when we're predicting an aggressive move, an aggressive turn in, and he's turned away, or he's one turned, or he's just gone slow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So the interesting, Die Hard Lunch, where I think it looks like Canberra's up against North Australia at the moment. There's a lot of damage, except in Aaron Troger's game, who's looking like a pretty good.
Oh, it was a 2.
It was a 2.
Okay, so from my perspective, that looked like a 3, but yeah, that's
Or
still
maybe
a.
it
No, I think it was a 2.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a good move. I think that's probably one of the reasons why that maneuver from Obi was too aggressive.
Yeah.
See, if he had have.
If he didn't,
perfect
without the
block.
barrel roll,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
the perfect block.
Yep, and you probably even nail the
CLT.
calibrated laser targeting off of Plo Koon in that
It's
shot.
got a lock there, but it doesn't look like it's in arc.
Yeah, but it's a good idea to prevent mods being spent off Plo on Midnight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Midnight's going to be able to shoot one of these arcs. We could actually see Quick Draw take quite a lot of damage here, and if Palpatine arc has the shot, probably not going to do any damage off Midnight.
It'll be close.
Okay, 1 shield. That's better than nothing.
Wow.
Who's that off?
That's the...
Non-Palpatine one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better if you click the
Yep.
letters.
Okay, Twitch chat. Do you want me to do any other updates on the standings?
How's the New South Wales matchups? Have we talked about that one?
I've just gone
Yep,
through each of the
perfect.
New South Wales matchups.
Excellent. Anyone eating ice cream?
Not yet. But someone brought a cake, right?
Yeah, there's cake. I saw 2 cakes. I actually work at a bakery.
Okay.
And last night I was like, yes, bring cake. And
Good
my
choice.
husband, who's down there playing, ordered a cake, especially for his team. So
Yeah.
today's definitely cake day.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
ice cream, not yet.
So this is Plo into Midnight, does nothing.
I wonder if I think he might have just spent the force trigger there, but I don't know. We'll see.
Sorry?
I think he might have actually spent a force to modify a result, but that's okay. So here's the Kylo shot. This is quite important. Hey, Natty.
Oh, Natty.
nice roll.
That's exactly what
That's what
Aaron
you want.
needs, to start putting the damage through. I think he's got a force charge. No, he's just taking the damage. Okay,
That
so
is-
that's half health.
So that was at the back one.
Your non-Palpatine.
Yeah. Have that.
Oh, it's not half health, is it? No, because they got
Not
9,
quite.
so you need to do one more. Oh, was that a damage on?
That's his afterburners.
Ah, sure. Okay.
Oh, he spent both. Yeah, cool.
Octopus, I'll find out the Queensland matches for you now.
Where are you seeing a chat?
I'll be sure to keep updated with the most important information about ice cream as well.
I have not seen any ice cream.
It's a really good idea. Is that half hour mark? Two hits. Save one. Oh, is that 2 down?
There's only 2 on there, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. You say he doesn't feel... Sorry, I'm listening to the players talking and it
please.
just cracked me up.
Please share.
One of them, I'm not entirely sure which one, was complaining about not having agency, and one's playing Kylo and the other's playing Jedi. So I don't really understand that. I'm not sure which one it was.
It has to have been Rory, and he doesn't deserve agency because he didn't bring Anakin.
Judge.
Alright, so it looks like they've done alright out of that exchange, haven't they?
I mean, Aaron's laughing. He's
Yeah,
in a really
yeah.
good position right now.
And that would have been quite devastating to barrel all out of that when you could have had the... But you never know what's going to happen, do you?
You're not,
Not
wrong. It's a
really.
big job.
Yeah. Done? Beautiful. Thanks so much, man.
So next round, where are we going?
So real quick.
This round?
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
guys. Yep, no,
Yeah,
you're
you
right.
go.
Okay, so Queensland's actually looking like a mixed bag as well. Jake Ham, flying Rebels for Victoria, looks down against, I believe, James Horn. Actually, we can check the matchups here.
Okay.
I mean, you can't miss James Horn.
No. I believe we've put in the wrong... That's New Zealand there. With John Haynes, or is that all good? New Zealand against
be
Vic?
Queensland.
Yeah, it should be Queensland, but that's okay. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty tight match, I think. Ben Doyle's looking up. Quentin Keller's
Standard.
looking up. Yeah,
Standard.
exactly. This is going to be a pretty close game, I'd say, in terms of points. Position-wise, I'd say First Order's probably got the edge here.
Oh, you're talking about this one now?
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we were just saying that First Order looks in a pretty good position.
But Quick Draw's really out of the fight, and you know, for 1/3 of the chunk of the squad, it's not really doing that much. Did he get any damage off with Quick Draw last round?
I don't think so.
He did do
Yeah,
natties,
he
so
did. He put one of the one of the arcs took a few hits.
half.
Oh,
Health.
down to half.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
sure.
From
Right, so it does have a
Carlo
bit
and
of an advantage there. Ooh, I think that might be on a rock. That's a close one. Nope. Okay.
No.
Perspective,
No.
right? Perspective is
Yeah.
everything.
Fit a bus through there sideways.
It will be interesting to see what Kylo's done, being that he is stressed. Because that was a very aggressive move by that arc.
All the
Has he-
straights are blue though, right?
All of them.
Yeah. I don't think he'd be in a bad position just to barrel straight into that arc. As long as he misses that rock and he just bumps that arc and doesn't take any shots, I don't think he's going to complain.
Yeah, but if he's not expected that level of aggression and has only done on the one or the two, all of a sudden he's exchanging range one
Range
shots.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I don't think he'll be able to barrel roll out without getting into the arc of the other. That's for sure.
And I don't think there's much safety moves. I mean, it does depend where Kylo's gone this round, but with those arcs already forward, and all these ships can move slowly, yeah, it's fine. If the ship can't move slowly, then you've kind of got a bit of
Because
an
isn't
advantage to
there
get out.
two banks are blue?
Are we
Yeah,
talking
so-
about the silencer? Basically everything is blue, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, you know, potentially if he's done the two bank, a boost barrel roll gets him out of arc of everything.
Yeah. Where are we going?
There's a-
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
That's what I
There's the
said. The
two,
one or
yeah.
the two straight, because he's traditionally played very cautious,
Yeah.
may have been caught out here.
Yeah, so the boost won't fit, will it? Oh,
No.
No,
no,
the
he was
boost
stressed
won't.
anyway.
And if he
Oh, he
barrel
can?
rolls,
Well,
first,
he clears that stress,
Yeah, gotcha.
but the boost, he can't boost into the ship.
yeah,
The bank boost
it's not
doesn't
going to go.
get him out. The barrel roll won't get him
I
out.
think that right boost.
I'm not
will
even
fit.
sure the barrel roll will get him out to range 2. Has he taken an action?
It didn't look like it.
He may have missed taking an action there.
Did you guys see
Sad.
an action? Because I didn't see
I
one.
no, he took the stress off. Yeah.
He took the stress, but he didn't take. I was talking about whether he could make that right boost or not, but I didn't see any other
That-
action.
That would be
That
a tragic
could
mistake
be-
right there.
I did not see an action.
He certainly has no tokens on him.
No.
He's just got his 2 force points, right? And I don't think
He's got no charges. Nothing. Right.
mistakes were made.
See if anyone else noticed. He locked. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, is this? Oh, for Christ's sake! That there is a little Kylo Ren Lego thing. Right, is
Perfect.
it? Is that right?
Thanks, Bell's Wrath. Perfect.
Like it's cute and everything, but super unhelpful.
It's very hard to see.
Not yet, Raven Cat.
Excellent.
So Midnight down there playing
I'll
with
fix
2
that.
Jedi.
Maybe I'm the only one who saw that.
The little bump? Yeah, no, definitely didn't
more than
escape
a
my
little
eyes. Yeah. I mean, it is hard and all, but it's noticeable.
There with the formerly shall not be mentioned anymore podcast. Target locks.
The Fly Better.
The fly
The
better.
Fly Better squad.
Space bat.
No, we're allowed to call them Minox. They're not allowed to call themselves Minox.
Right.
I'm never not going to call them Minox.
Oh, okay. So Midnight's done well to get around there.
Someone get Alex.
Still
Which
got-
Alex? Oh.
Where are we? 2 hit. Hit crit.
So
Hit and a
Alex-
crit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Direct.
Direct hit.
Direct hit on the crit. Oh, painful. What are we down to there?
Boom.
Gone.
So that is
It's got
one
one left.
arc polished or one left.
That's one left.
So this is into quick draw. He does have his arc pointed re, so he will get to double tap this arc. Assuming he does damage.
Yep.
Yep.
He just flipped the shields on that.
Yeah, that was Kylo shooting at the
That was quick draw.
quick draw shooting
Yeah.
at.
Kylo at the arc.
Three hits. 3.
Spent the force for 3 hits. Is he brave enough to spend both?
He doesn't need to.
Oh,
No,
there's been
a
a
very,
few
very
blanks.
good
That's the
point.
one with one
there.
health left, and he's
Yeah,
only
very,
got one
very
dice.
good point.
Yeah. That was an unfortunate round for blanks.
Yep.
Mm.
So it will be interesting to see here whether that arc chooses now to take a shot at quick draw, or says no thanks this turn.
He's taking a shot.
So,
Who closed it again?
what do you mean?
There was like a gap.
Oh, I think Isaac did it.
Oh.
Yeah, talk
Yeah,
shit.
one
Giddy.
hit.
So what happened with?
We're seeing how
Lost
hard
the
it is
first
to
arc.
put damage in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah. So we just got to update the overlay.
I think the connection might.
Oh, is it? Okay, that's cool. So yeah, basically the points will be. Is that the Palpatine one? No. So it's going to be 42-0 at the moment.
Didn't I just remove that?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
no,
probably
cool.
just going to take
Yeah.
a bit to update.
Okay, it hopefully means that we are back. What you have missed is worst case scenario for quick draw, he got smacked for all 3 shields in 1 hit. Kylo Midnight seemed to be out of the fight for the moment, but we are edging ever so much closer on that second arc. So yes, we also lost the feed for a little while, so we're behind and catching up with you. Just keep in mind that the values may not be 100% accurate, but we will endeavour to get that updated. If someone in the chat can just confirm that we are back up and live. So it'll be
Okay, so
interesting.
quick draws shields down.
Yeah.
Kylo's going to come back into the action this
It'll be
round.
interesting to see where the Jedi go this turn. We're
Thanks
back.
for confirming we're back up.
We are back up.
And the Jedi, you were saying?
So it'll be interesting. Do the Jedi try and finish off Kylo, or do they turn in and try and take on Kylo from behind? It's that awkward one. Being PS5, Kylo being PS6, they are never getting their, well, you would hope that they're never getting their calibrated laser targeting off, so they're 2 dice attacks. And that just shows that amazing advantage of investing in the 7B.
Trying to see what so obviously quick draws shields down. Kylo's untouched.
We believe Kylo's untouched, but we may have missed while we were off. We believe Midnight is untouched
Midnight's
as well.
untouched. And the
2 Jedi we
Jedis
believe are untouched.
untouched, and the Ark did have some damage in it.
Yeah, the Ark we believe has taken 2 damage cards.
So just thinking, like,
So
Kylo
3
hasn't
bank
really had a lot of Ark
does
this game yet.
no.
Did have it to take down the Ark,
Yep.
that first Ark.
And the barrel roll, as I was suspecting,
Yeah.
hoping to block. So I would assume that barrel roll to block means that the Jedi are turning in to try and finish off
Finish
quick
off
draw.
quick draw.
Remove a ship, pull back in front in point.
Yeah, and that's, again, like, in my list, as I say, if I had my other guys, they can shoot backwards to prevent that kind of thing, but in this game with a high pilot skill, fast beast, they've got to try and get back around now.
That's it.
If they want to save quick draw or line up again for the next encounter.
That's it. I mean, if Quick Draw has decided to be aggressive, the hard one turn in, boost could prove quite effective. It just depends on whether Aaron has picked what Rory is doing. And as we see,
Yeah, they've come in to
Plo
get
is going full on, assuming that
Quick draw's going to
that barrel roll has put the block on Quick Draw. So if Kylo's picked that and done a 1-turn boost, he should be able to pick up a decent shot on that back Jedi.
And in that sense, he would have been using quick draw as the bait, and then have these other guys come in to clean up
That's it.
the attack. It's interesting to see how Midnight's going to get back in from that position.
From far, so the 2-turn
Yeah.
might still work. Target lock into the boost.
Yeah.
So Kylo, we believe, does have 2 force available, so that should be a double modded shot. And 3 bank, or is that a sloop? Looks blue,
sloop.
white. So yeah, it's the 3
it's
bank.
white. Okay.
Yeah, you can see on the dial it looks white.
Oh, yeah.
And rolls, so still playing very cagey.
Yeah, it feels
I don't know
very-
if that's a
I don't know if it's
mistake.
going to pay off, yeah.
Because he basically fed Quick Draw
He's going to lose
1v1.
a lot of shots there. Kylo's not got arc. And
And
Midnight's out of range and arc.
And as we picked that has blocked Kylo. That does clear the stress.
That's a good one, yeah. Maybe he thought they weren't going to go after quick draw. Because they were about mid.
They were. They did
about
have.
Here somewhere. I'll try the clicky thing. They were about here somewhere, weren't they? Did that go? No! I don't know how to use this one.
Should be showing.
I don't
There's
know.
the clear button.
Cool. Try it again. No, that's okay. We've moved on.
Yep.
Hit, crit. 2 eyeballs.
Yeah, but even then, with Kylo turning in, Kylo is a far more tempting target.
Yeah. I was just
So-
thinking, like, how's he going to line up once they moved again? How's he going to? They're going to be behind him.
Yep.
Next round. So, and if quick draw goes down, then Kylo's going to be next target.
So sorry, I missed how much damage Obi took then.
Where are we?
Looks like still has the shield, so it doesn't look like any.
Yeah.
This is back up.
Okay,
he's
so
in arc.
Kylo's shooting now.
Yep. He's got arc. See, he knows what he's doing. We're fine. Oh, and
That's right. He's got the
he's got
double
one.
mod.
He's got one.
Oh.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. And there's been
Spend-
unlucky greens
spend
today,
the
I have to
force.
say. Force is great.
And there goes.
It's a quick draw down.
There goes quick draw.
So which target do you
So-
think he's going next for the Republic? No, which target the Republic?
He now can afford to play it cagey. He's up on points.
Yeah.
If he loses half of the arc, he'll be behind again, which
Yeah.
is only 2 damage cards away, granted. But half
There's 6
points.
minutes left, so we've got to think we're heading
That's
into endgame
right.
now.
So the question is, does he try and keep that arc safe, or does he go aggressive and try and trade half on the arc for half on? At which point, midnight is probably the better choice,
Yeah.
just by sheer weight of having so much less health.
And she's got the. Does she have a lockout at the moment? So she's got the if you lock, people can't mod their dice.
Can't mod their dice, and
So
and
that's
that
probably the
has
strategy here in endgame. To
That-
lock
that's
someone,
right.
they can't mod it, and their shields and that are going down, so it's
but
extra time.
the other, but if Rory goes in with all 3,
Yeah,
he can at least mod with 2 of them.
yeah. That's true, and that's
So-
that's what makes me feel like maybe that playing safe. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but maybe
Yeah.
that could be. If you're a little bit more aggressive at the start, then you've dropped a few more of those shields or hull earlier.
The problem
then
is
Midnight
the
can
arc.
clean up with less on.
The arc moving first, and that's where I think Rory missed Aaron missed a trick by
Yeah.
not flipping with midnight last turn.
Can we update the overlay?
Are we able to get an update? The overlay has frozen. So do we just refresh this?
Yeah, just hit F5. Should work.
Kept your seat.
No, you're alright. You
No,
carry on.
go.
I'm still
Grab a seat.
still on missions.
We got 4 minutes, 5 minutes.
The timer's running, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, but
Maybe
what
we
we've
haven't
got
done it.
here.
Have you refreshed that?
Yeah, let's refresh it. I'll
What-
keep trying
what
to
No,
I've
that just
done-
worked.
It's
yeah,
good.
what I'd done there hadn't
Gone through.
Mm-hmm.
gone through.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll just check we've got everything on.
How are the TTT matchups are going?
That's
so
Tom.
there's still a
It's
shield
it's
over
real
here.
hard. It's real hard to
And
get
then
the TTT
there's
matchups to
two hull damage here.
be right
They
because you
start
have
on
to do
6.
every single match manually,
Yeah.
Yep.
which for 60 players is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then where are we? One
Yeah,
more
so
shot
that
here.
looks like it's accurate now with half
Okay.
points on the arc, so he does actually need to pull half points.
Okay. Oh, it's
Adam
nail biting.
Sherman.
Last 3 minutes here.
Adam Sherman is actually
minutes.
playing Alex Watkins.
Okay. Alright, so what have we got here? The arts of.
So yeah, Rory is going to have to chase some points. And it looks like...
Yeah.
Is he going to try and block Kylo?
Is that?
Which he has done.
Yeah.
So if he's able to pull...
Oh, yeah, no, that's a block.
Yeah, if he's able to pull Plo in there, line up the range 1...
Yeah.
Although they've moved, haven't they? Kylo was moving last.
Yeah, they moved before he did.
So yeah, while he's got that block, he's got no shot to...
I still don't feel like Midnight's close enough to the action for Aaron.
No, it's going to take him at least 2 turns to re-engage, and with 2.5 minutes, they don't have it.
And Kylo playing it safe, I feel like... Well, they can't shoot this round, and he's out of the arc of the others, so
Yep.
he's safe this round. But again, it just
But he's
seems
chasing
like...
points.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Aaron's got the points?
So Aaron's currently up.
All right, so he just needs to stay out of the arc
Yeah.
for the next 2 minutes, and he's good. Got it.
Yeah,
And it
Rory's
looks like he's
chasing.
going to be able to do that
Yeah.
because Kylo's slippery, and Midnight's at least range 3 out now.
Oh,
He's
that's
got 5
well- that's
straights,
well and
he's got
truly
arc.
out.
Yeah, only 2 minutes. It looks pretty safe. So I guess that strategy's paid off well this game.
That go in with 1,
Yeah.
get up on points.
Yeah. And you'd
I do
almost
feel he
certainly
threw
lose
quick draw away.
Yeah. Yeah. But then again, if he set that up for this end play,
Yeah.
because if they're not going in on quick draw, then he's got probably arcs on him, which means he'd lose half points on these guys. So, but yeah, I don't think he had to give him up.
And I do feel if he'd been able to squeeze a 7B in there with that extra attack dice, that may have swung things the other way. I mean, the
Yeah.
calibrated laser targeting is nice, but with PS5s, he didn't have the initiative. He's hunting 2 6s.
Yeah.
Made it very, very difficult. And those 2 dice ships against 3 dice with force,
Yeah.
they just bounce off.
Yeah. Do you reckon the Obi-Wan and Plo are going to catch Midnight this round?
No.
In 1 minute? It's kind of...
Look,
it feels
Plo-
very safe for Aaron, doesn't it?
Plo should get a shot,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be an effective shot. It's
Yeah.
going to be range 3, maybe single modded.
Yeah.
I think his best bet, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to get it, is almost to try and get both of them shooting at midnight.
Yeah, because they're not going to be able to get Kylo from where they are now.
Yeah.
Not in 30 seconds.
So
In
apparently
one round, in one
that
move.
clock is out by about a minute.
Oh, okay, not in a minute 30.
So we've got a minute 30.
Nail biter. Watch out for the rock. No, we're good. Oh. Seriously, it's these end parts of the game. It's just.
So this will be the one
yeah.
turn. Oh,
What was that? One straight.
1 straight. Does he realise he's behind on points?
Yeah, it doesn't seem quite engaging enough to chase Midnight down for the last minute. But then again, time will tell.
I'm assuming that stress token's gone.
All right, so our clock says 0, which means we've got about.
We're in the final
We're in
minute.
the
This
final
will be
minute.
the last turn. So as we can see, he's gone as hard as he can to try and catch midnight.
Midnight, yeah.
He's going to get a shot. It's not going to be a particularly great shot. And one would assume that Obi-Wan's going to do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, hunting down Midnight, as you said.
Yep. Now the question is, does he try and overlap those arcs, or does he try and spread them out to make sure he at least gets one of them? So the boost barrel roll here to
Yeah.
get round the other side of the rock,
Yeah. There it is. Boost.
and that way, if he does go,
And.
oh,
Going through the rock.
he's
the rock.
prepared.
He knows he's not going to move
So
again.
there we go.
doesn't matter.
Time has now
Takes the
been
last
called.
shots.
Yeah, I was more worried about that extra dice, but I suppose the
Yeah.
dice mods
Yeah.
on attack better than the dice mods on defense.
Yeah.
So if the
Smart move indeed.
so if I was the midnight player here, I would do the fast,
Yep.
and then I'd actually move the lock.
Oh, the dead arc's got perfect range. Sorry.
I,
It's the
I would
last
I
minute,
would
we're
actually
allowed to say
move
that.
my
There we go.
I'd move my target lock here. No?
Hey.
I would have moved my target lock to Obi-Wan so that he
Yeah.
can't spend his lock to modify dice.
Looks like he's going for range 3, I'd say.
Which could, I suppose, also get him out of range of Plo.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. He's moved the arc as well, the target lock.
Yeah. You got it. Boost barrel roll out of range 3.
Yeah, I don't think he was ever escaping range 3. So to get range 3, to get the obstructed shot,
Honestly, there's been some really unlucky events this game. Like, there's been blanks. We need to bring some more. That's
and
it.
they've called
There
it.
it is. What a game. Well,
So
Yeah.
with that, we're going to take a break. It's going to be lunchtime here, and we'll have all the action soon from round 3.
thanks everyone for watching.
I assume that Tim will be on to update everyone during the lunch break with how the standings for round 2 went. Till then, enjoy lunch.
May the force be with you all.